to the TUDOR Gold presentation. My name is Chris Kern, Head of Corporate Development. TUDOR Gold is an exploration company that is currently advancing the Treaty Creek Gold Project located in the Golden Triangle of British Columbia. Treaty Creek, in which TUDOR holds a 60% interest, is one of the largest gold discoveries in the last 30 years. We are presently very excited about the start of our 2021 exploration campaign, which will include a very large drill program at Treaty Creek as we continue to expand the current resource and target new discoveries on the property. Before I get into the presentation, please note our forward-looking statement. TUDOR Gold has a great team anchored by these three gentlemen, Walter Storm, Ken Conkin, and Eric Sprott. Mr. Storm, the president and CEO, is a professional businessman with 50 years of experience across several industries, including forestry, mining, and oil and gas. One of his successes in mining includes co-founding and financing the startup of Osisko Mining in 2004 and assisting that company to grow to a market cap of $4.5 billion. Mr. Storm, along with famous resource investor Eric Sprott, own approximately 50% of the company's shares. Ken Conkin, our VP of Exploration and Development, is a professional geologist with over 35 years of experience in North and South America, including Russia. Ken is an award-winning geologist who has worked on several different discoveries. During his time with Pretium Resources, he was instrumental in the discovery of the Valley of the Kings deposit and the construction of the Pretium Brucejack mine. Here is a snapshot of the company's share structure. TUDOR Gold is listed on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol TUD. The company has approximately 72 million shares, giving it a market capitalization of just over $500 million. The share structure is tightly held with Walter Storm and Eric Sprott holding 50% of the outstanding shares. The company's cash position at this time is approximately $12 million Canadian. TUDOR Gold controls over 35,000 hectares in the Golden Triangle in British Columbia. These projects include SK North, Crown, and Treaty Creek, which borders Seabridge's KSM projects to the southwest and Pretium's Brucejack mine to the south. This slide shows the project advantages within the Golden Triangle that includes the geopolitical climate and existing infrastructure, which supports the advancement of large-scale mineral deposits. Treaty Creek is located only 20 kilometers away from an all-weather paved highway and enjoys access during the winter months via a winter road, which can be used to transport heavy equipment. The project also enjoys year-round running water, which is crucial for exploration and drilling and is close to a power line, which extends along Highway 37. There is an airstrip 40 kilometers to the north and deep water port facilities in Stewart to the south. In addition to the infrastructure, the company has a good relationship with local communities, including signed agreements with the Tahltan central government. 35,000 hectares of land controlled by TUDOR, over 17,000 hectares comprises the Treaty Creek claims. This package of land resides north of Pretium Resources claims, which includes the operating Brucejack mine. Seabridge's gold properties are located to the east and southwest and include several large gold, copper, porphyry deposits that hold a combined 76 million ounces of gold and 14 billion pounds of copper. Also close and located to the west is Skeena Resources Estate Creek, a previously operating gold and silver mine, which is currently undergoing a pre-feasibility study to restart with an open pit operation. TUDOR's Treaty Creek property has several mineral showings, but it has most recently focused on the Gold Storm Zone, a gold, silver, copper, porphyry style deposit. TUDOR's previous 3 years of exploration has resulted in an initial resource estimate for the Gold Storm and adjacent copper belt zones that was published this spring. This slide shows the drilling that makes up the recent resource estimate at Treaty Creek that consists of the copper belt and gold storm zones. Drilling of the copper belt zone began in 2009 and was sporadically drilled over the years. Step-out holes to the northeast of Copper Bell were completed in 2018, and the discovery and delineation of the Gold Storm continued through 2020. A total of 132 holes were included in the initial mineral resource estimate. The Gold Storm system is defined by a consistent gold mineralization that extends over hundreds of meters. Some mineralized intercepts are highlighted here, include hole 57 returning 973 meters of 0.85 grams per ton gold equivalent, and hole 65 returning 930 meters of 1.61 grams per ton gold equivalent. Results of drilling have provided the company with an initial resource reported at 19.4 million ounces of gold equivalent at 0.74 grams per ton of measured and indicated, with an inferred resource of 7.9 million ounces at 0.79 grams per ton gold equivalent. Although silver and copper are present, gold accounts for approximately 90% of the resource. This image shows the mineral domains that are present with initial conceptual pit model. In addition to the initial resource, TUDOR began metallurgical testing, which returned an average of over 96% gold recovery in pyrite concentrates. Here's a table that breaks down the mineral resource estimate into pit constrained and out-of-pit resources. As you can see, the inferred resource alone totals 7.9 million ounces of gold equivalent at 0.79 grams per ton gold equivalent, which is a number TUDOR would like to see brought into the measured and indicated after the next resource update. Goldstorm and Copperbell systems currently remain open, so there's great potential to increase the resource. This chart from Global Market Intelligence is telling us that giant multi-million ounce gold discoveries are becoming less frequent. See the dark bars over the past 15 years. Why is this important? Because without the giant gold discoveries, the depletion of gold reserves will occur much faster than we can replace them. Interesting to note that the giant gold discoveries are considered to be greater than 6 million ounces, which is approximately the same amount of gold within the Treaty Creek starter pit alone, or the same amount the company is looking to convert from the inferred category to M&I in the next resource update. As mentioned, the Treaty Creek, Goldstorm, Copperbell systems are just one of several significant deposits in the Golden Triangle. This is due to the age of the rocks and the abundance of structural and porphyry-related hydrothermal activity that occurred in the late Triassic and early Jurassic. The contact between the Triassic and the Jurassic rocks is known as the Khyber Red Line, and significant mineralization is commonly located within a few kilometers of the contact line, depending in the structural orientation of the rocks. To the right of the map is a short list of BC mines, or large, well-defined deposits that exist within the strategic feed, with Goldstorm hosting both late Triassic and Jurassic rocks. The Salt Thrust Fault is a significant structure which is credited to have provided a plumbing system for intrusions and mineralization throughout the early Triassic. The Salt Fault extends through the Treaty Creek property and is associated with the Copperbell and Goldstorm systems and is related to the early discovery of the mineralization to the north and south of the systems. The consistency at which these large porphyry-style deposits are spaced within the region is apparent on this map. To the south of the Goldstorm and Copperbell zones is a significant magnetic anomaly that is adjacent to the Sulphurite Fault. With the existing deposits that already occur in close proximity to the Sulphurite Fault and the trend of mineralization in the area, we're confident that the Treaty Creek property has the potential to host several large gold-dominant deposits. In 2021, we are planning an extensive exploration and resource definition program at Treaty Creek. This program will consist of follow-up drilling in the Perfect Storm Zone, which I'll talk about more in a moment. Further work at Goldstorm will involve extensive drilling to convert as much of the inferred resource to measured and indicated as possible, as well as continuing to define the limits of the deposit, which currently remain open. The Eureka Zone, which is an area where historical exploration has been focused, will be tested again this year. These figures show the progression of drilling within the Goldstorm Zone from discovery to where we are right now. A total of 67,000 meters have been drilled to date. The success of these drill campaigns are a testament of TUDOR's ability to retain highly experienced, knowledgeable local workforce that has provided safe working conditions throughout extended exploration seasons. TUDOR's 2020 exploration season lasted 8 months and was a vital factor at completing the initial mineral resource estimate. In this cross-section, the Goldstorm Zone is well over a kilometer deep. This table includes select intervals of gold equivalents that range from 0.5 to over a gram per ton and lengths from a minimum of 775 meters to a maximum of 1,338 meters. And if you have a hard time grasping the scale of those mineralized intersections, this image may help provide some perspective. As you can see, these intercepts tower over some of the world's largest skyscrapers. As mentioned, the exploration potential at Treaty Creek is vast, and the discovery potential at Copper Bell and Goldstorm may very well be the tip of the iceberg for what the property holds. At the southwest side of this long section are 3 holes that tested the perfect storm zone from last year. This will be further drill tested this year. The continuation of the mineralized trend between Perfect Storm and Copper Bell has yet to be tested. The Goldstorm system is structurally defined by a set of thrust faults. These 3 domains have been delineated and are currently open along trend. To the left includes a select summary of significant mineralized intersections within the Copper Bell and the Goldstorm domains. Gold mineralization at Goldstorm is hosted largely within coarse volcanic fragmental rocks of the lower Hazelton group, which is seen here on the left. Gold is hosted in pyrite, which is pervasive throughout the system, is thought to have mobilized easily into the more permeable volcanic units. To a lesser extent, we do encounter semi-massive copper, lead, zinc, sulfides, as well as native silver. In addition to gold and pyrite in the host rock, gold also occurs in quartz carbonate veins, at times on its own and sometimes with other sulfide materials. Visible gold has been observed in 20% of the Goldstorm drill holes. I spoke briefly about the perfect storm zone and the magnetic anomaly south of Copper Bell and Goldstorm. Here you can see the magnetic signature that is present in the area of the property. This is something that we're really excited about doing further exploration drilling on this year. The drilling that occurred at Perfect Storm last year discovered gold that was associated with chalcopyrite, magnetite, and monzonite intrusive bodies. Drilling in 2021 will consist of a series of step-out holes parallel to the Sulphurets Fault to attempt to vector towards stronger porphyry-related mineralization. From this image, you can see over Seabridge's iron cap deposit, which sits right at the south end of the Treaty Creek property boundary. Note the gossinous rock that extends north through the entire Treaty Creek property. The potential for further discovery at Treaty is truly exceptional. To conclude the presentation, TUDOR's plans to advance the project this year will include infill drilling at Goldstorm to convert the known inferred resources to measured and indicated and further test the extents of the system. Continued exploration drilling will also be conducted at the Perfect Storm as well as the Eureka zones. Baseline studies will also be advanced, and following the completion of the overall exploration program, TUDOR will look at updating the mineral resource and moving the project towards a preliminary economic assessment. Thank you very much for listening to the presentation. We look forward to providing you with more updates about TUDOR Gold's future in the Golden Triangle.